and welcome to London Players Guild. God almighty, my voice just did something weird there.
Wow! Hi!
Ah, I'm ill. I'm
Hello!
dead. Uh,
Hello!
hello, my name is Peter. I'm the Guild Master of London Players Guild, and I'm joined by a one-man army, Scott Sedman.
Hello!
One-hand army. I keep on messing that up.
That doesn't matter.
We need to get you a proper T-shirt with one-hand army.
Psh.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing. And we are doing graded today. We
Yes.
are
What is graded, Peter?
Graded is our little series where we look at the cards that are released in the newest set. In this case, it's a Draft Book 6 Giant Force. We're looking at the cards color by color, and we give our grades between F and S. We decide how fun they are to play, how unique they are, how overpowered they are, how we feel about them. Do they do what the set is supposed to? Do they excite us?
Yeah.
And then, we give our grade based on each color, and then in the end, we take the special cards. In case of set 11, we took promos, I think, and secret rares.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in case of Giant Force, we're going to take the Giant rares, and Giant Force rares, exactly. And we're going to make that part of the whole set, and then we're going to grade the whole set, which is only... So today we're doing black, which is part 5.
Yes.
And after that, we only have multicolors left, and then we're going to go Giant Force rares. So after this, is only 2 episodes on this, until the expansion set's going to get some spoilers.
Yes.
And today, the black color is very special, very close to our heart, because...
Yeah, just gotta give a huge shout out to our London Players Guild for revealing these.
Yeah, exactly. Every single episode, we are shouting out... Well, we did shout out everyone who was revealing the cards as they were going. So we had on red...
Aspira did red.
On blue, Cyberman. On green, we had Eggman. On yellow...
And Android was yellow.
Yeah, exactly. So
go and subscribe, go and check out their videos, give them all the love.
There are still links pinned, I think, on Dragon Ball Super Card Game fan page on Facebook, so make sure to check them out.
Yeah.
Make sure to show the support to the community members who got to spoil the cards for you, just so they can spoil more cards for you, and there is more fun stuff you can do. We're quite proud to be the first people from Europe to get spoilers. It was something exciting, right? Although we got the most shafted color.
I mean, I'm like, it's a small number, but you know, what are you gonna do about it?
It's something, right?
Right, what are you gonna do about it?
I think it's less of the amount of the cards, more of the fact that all our super rares were spoiled in designer notes.
Yeah, that happened.
I think that was the saddest thing of it all.
But we still had fun doing it, and let's get into our...
I mean, to be fair, we still managed to get 40 minutes discussion from 12 cards.
That is true. And we found some quirky uses for them as well.
Yes.
So let's get into it, Peter.
We're going to start with Towa Dark Demon Realm Scientist, which is a black unison, so no specified cost. The moment they're going to make a specified cost for unisons, or any card really, you know I'm going to be at them. 20,000 power, permanent. This card cannot attack if it has 2 or fewer markers on it, so you need to have at least 3 markers on her. But you can still play her for 1 energy.
Yeah.
Auto once per turn. When one of your opponent's battle cards is removed from their battle area by a skill or KO'd, so it can be by battle as well, you add a marker to this card. Then you have a 0. Activate main. Choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and send it to its owner's warp. So she's activating herself. She can make any card in your hand into a removal, essentially. She doesn't say a black card in your hand. She just says a card. So you can easily splash her in any color. It's very easy to build up a markers on her. And why would you want to build up... We were
saying blue, wasn't we? Blue was the one that could benefit from this.
Blue, green as well, brown.
Oh, I guess green could, yeah.
All the colors. I think blue had the most, because it's removing your opponent's battle cards from battle area. It doesn't need to be KO'd. It can be bounced, for example. So even bouncing your opponent cards, anything you could do during your opponent's combo step to bounce stuff, or KO stuff, or remove stuff during your opponent's turn, you would be golden with this Toa. And why would you want to build markers on her? Because she gets essentially 2 markers on the go around, one during your turn, one during your opponent's turn. Well, do you like Mechikabura? Would you like to do Mechikabura in any color you want?
Mm-hmm.
There you go, there is Toa. -4, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it.
It doesn't switch to active mode though.
It doesn't switch to active mode, but you can play it in any color. You can play her on turn 1, and you can start building her up from that turn 1 if your opponent went first and played something. You can essentially build up and have her available to use from turn 3 onwards.
Yeah.
Depending on how your deck is built, you might be able to do that. A lot of the cards that require you to have a unison on board does not require you to have a unison of specific color.
Just X markers, right?
Yes.
Or A unison.
Or A unison, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it checks for the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So this card is absolutely amazing. It's a very quick unison. It's hard to remove markers from her because 20,000.
20k, it's difficult, right? Yeah, you might not be swinging with her, but
yeah, she's sitting defensively on her markers.
And if you want to combo into her on turn 1, by all means, waste cards from your hand.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, she's amazing. I think she's going to be one of the best chase cards of this set.
Oh, I 100% agree. There's so much more utility to this card than it meets the eye. She's like a transformer. So we know we're getting lineage back. She triggers on swap.
Yes.
Lineage. So, and then obviously you've got Broly swap as well, which is quite a fun deck. And like this card could be a horrible sideboard card. Like it could do horrible things to those decks. So yeah, like I think she's great. Like you said, I think there's a lot of potential there with her. All right, yeah, you can't get around barrier with it, but you know, you just take one of your opponent's cards. All right.
Oh, your opponent just dropped a 35k double strike critical.
Oh,
it would be a shame.
Yeah, doesn't have barrier, does it? No. Okay, mine.
I mean, in the worst case, you even pay 4 energy for her, and just take something. It's like Ginyu that you can play in any color, and you don't give your opponent a body.
It's really good. I absolutely adore her. She doesn't seem super broken either. That's the thing. Like she can't swing unless she's got 3 markers.
No, she seems solid, but she's not broken. You're right. She's just good.
So really good card. Honestly, guys, please go out and get them. Although I don't think cards are gonna go rocket in price like they did with the previous 2 sets. So
we'll see, because at the moment people have a limited income, right?
True.
So it is more difficult to buy them.
Yeah. But yeah, Toa Dark Demon Rail Scientist, easily one of the best cards we've seen in Giant Force. And probably the game. She's one of the best unisons, easily.
Yes, so she's definitely one of the best unisons, because you can just stick her in any deck, right?
Yeah. I again, absolutely adore her. Absolutely adore her. Next up we have Son Goku, Xeno, 30k skillless. We thought of many uses for this card. It's just nice to see Black get some more skilllesses.
If you want to see more of our
Narirama,
right? Yeah, it's the Narirama. It's the second Narirama.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So,
if you want to see our thoughts about this, go and check our video, because we've already spoke about that, right?
We go into depth about those cards and what they could do.
So this time we're going to be going very quickly through them.
It's a skillless card. What more do you want us to say? We already spent like 10 minutes on it last time.
You can Shukash it. Next one is Son Gohan Changing History, which is just a slapdash. I hate blue counters.
It is, but it's also our first Son Gohan Xeno.
Yes, that is true. So we are actually expecting next set to see
we're definitely getting another fusion next set. There's no way set 12 happens and there's not another fusion in it. I would put money on it.
Fusion or Potara.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
one of the union skills. Then we have...
Next up, we have Son Goten Changing History. I didn't expect this to be the most popular card talked about, but this has been the one that people have come to the consensus. This is one of the better cards we revealed. I can see why, because it's essentially a balanced tails, right?
Yeah. It's a nerfed tails. He only sticks out for 1 turn. He has 15k. He still triggers Beerus, so yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. And also, our first son, Goten Xena.
So maybe Goten Xena incoming as well next set.
Goten Xena, Gohanks. Yeah. Plenty of cool stuff to look forward to. The 2-drop Vegeta 20k skillless. Oh, I love it.
Yay.
I love it, I love it, I love it.
Vegeta Xeno confirmed.
Yay! Next up, we have Trunks changing history.
They are all changing history for whatever reason.
Yeah, overall 4, 2 cost.
Yeah.
4 cost, overall 2, 4 pay 2, 0 5, 20k body. There we go, that's how I'll say it. When this card is played using overall, play up to 1 black skillless card with an energy cost of 3 or less from your deck or warp, and then shuffle your deck if you look through it. I really like it, Peter.
Yeah, we had the... It's very similar to the one that gave critical, but this one can also play a 3-drop. And essentially, I think it comes down to that you can play a 30k body.
Yeah.
And also it can be from the warp, so you don't need to be worried that you just...
It can be used, like the card you play can be used to play this card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it can refund some of its cost. I think the card is solid.
Nothing amazing, but, doesn't have to be.
It's a solid choice for the skillless.
Next up, Demon God, Demigra, True Power Unleashed. Peter, take it away.
Don't be fooled, this is a Dark Broly support card.
Yep.
Anything that's
it's
black
a 30K
and has 30k.
Black card.
Yeah, exactly. Any black battle card with 30k is a Dark Broly support. So it's a 5-drop 30k, 0 cost 5k combo. It has Overwhelm 5 for 2 energy and Dark Overwhelm 5 for 2 energy. And we have people arguing at the moment that Dark Overwhelm should be Overwhelm skill. And no, it's not. Those are 2 different skills. Cards that trigger of Overwhelm do not trigger of Dark Overwhelm. Those are 2 separate skills. When this card is played using Overwhelm or Dark Overwhelm, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and send it to its owner's warp. And when this card attacks, your opponent chooses 1 card in hand and sends it to their warp.
Nasty, nasty card.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, same.
Drop this on turn 2 and your opponent is just like, so...
I have to deal with that?
Yes, because Dark Broly can drop it on turn 2 with Dark Overwhelm skill. And then this is not
there are
going
cards like Rebellion Javelin or something that can get rid of it because it's a 5 cost.
Yay! Oh, you put it back in my hand.
I'll play it again!
Exactly. Oh no, you sent it to my warp. So let me use my leader, put it in my drop area, then let me use my Toa, bring it back to my hand, and then let me pay 2 energy and play it back again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I think this is one of the strongest 30k card I have seen in a good while.
Yeah, really cool card. Demigra. Wait, what? Demon God Demigra, Destroyer of History. 4 cost, 0 5k combo, 20k body, over realm 4. Auto pay 1. If you have 3 or more energy and you choose 1 card in your hand and discard it, when this card is played using Overwhelm skill, at the end of your turn, choose up to 1 Demigra with an energy cost of 5 in your deck or hand, play it, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So what was it? It was
Forced
Absorption.
Absorption, yes.
Yeah, Demon God Demigra.
Yeah,
that we chose to be the target for this card.
Yeah, I mean it's a triple strike, and if you have 15 cards in warp, it just does things.
It takes your board.
Yeah. Takes your board away.
Really cool card. Demigra players love it, so that's a good sign. Yeah,
definitely
it's another great card for Demigra, right?
Yeah, it was support for Demigra. It's nice to see that. Then we go Demigra Demon Realm Sorcerer. It's one of those 2-drop. When this card attacks, choose 1, and you either warp your opponent's battle card with cost 2 or less, place up to 2 cards from the top of your deck in your drop area and make it a 20k, or add up to 1 card from your life to your hand at the end of the turn, return this card to its owner's hand. It's subpar, especially as we have seen, I think it was in blue, attack, take 1 life, bounce a card, and restand.
Yeah.
Like, that was so much better. Yeah. So much better than this Demigra.
Unfortunately, so.
On the
It's
other
an
hand,
okay
Demigra
card for
doesn't have
draft,
any
right?
specified cost, right?
Yeah.
It just feels.
Boilingberg.
I mean, it just thinks that it feels like it could be a one drop.
Oh yeah. Boilingberg. A 1-drop, activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, send it to the owner's wall. At the end of your opponent's next turn, play the card sent to their warp with their skills negated for the turn. So it's kind of a get out of jail for a turn, doesn't
Kind of
really
buff
get around
over.
barrier.
Kind
It's
of.
intriguing.
It removes something from board for one turn.
Yeah.
And that's that. Then they get it back.
Well, yeah, they get it back at the end of the next turn.
Yeah, that's true, but they get it back. I still can't see the use of this.
I hope that there's cards related to this in future sets.
I just hope there is something that interacts with your opponent's warp.
That'd be also cool, yeah.
If you could move card from your opponent's warp to their drop, this
Then
card would be busted.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the potential's there for this card, but right now...
Yeah, right now, it's not a remote series bomb.
I would... yeah, you would run remote series over this card. Yeah.
True Power Unleashed.
Oh, I love the artwork so much.
The card is really good. I still think the card is good. So it's
Draw one card. Oh, no, you can take it. You can take it.
2-drop, activate main, draw one card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with cost 4 or less, and send it to its owner's warp.
Yeah.
So this is more comparable to Remote Series Bomb. Because you warp your opponent's card. Choose. Yes, you choose. But it's limited to 4 or less.
But you also draw a card.
Yeah, I don't think it's very good in this current format, but it is going to be good at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's just generic, right? Yeah. I think that the best thing about this is it's generic. It can go in any deck.
Yeah, exactly. And the final card is Super Dragonfly.
Super Dragon Flash!
So the card that on surface doesn't look very good, but then it is good.
But then you read it again and you're like, oh wait, no, that's actually quite strong.
Yeah, it is strong when you think about how you play the card, right?
Yeah.
So, 1-drop, counter-attack, negate the attack, then you may choose one card in your hand, discard it. If you do, choose up to one black skillless battle card with an energy cost of 3 or less in your hand and play it in rest mode. So this card is the best in turn 1. Because turn 1, you just charge energy, do nothing, and then your opponent attacks. Because majority of the leaders at the moment are attack to draw a card. And then you negate the attack, so you saved yourself alive. You discard a card, which in black decks usually is quite good, because you fuel your drop area, and the black decks play around with drop area. And then you put a 30k body on board. And we have seen with Dark Broly how scary a 30k body can be, especially if it can attack on turn 1. If you went first, this is essentially a 1-drop 30k body, because you wouldn't be able to attack turn 1 either way. And they can't really answer it turn 1.
Yeah, I think it's really great. Like, it really pushes black skillless up there.
Just being able to drop that 30k.
It's devastating.
And later in the game, it's just, 1 energy negate the attack.
Yeah. It's a great card for a common. Yeah. Great.
For a common, yes, of course, because black didn't got any rares.
Exactly. Hashtag justice for black. It's okay, guys. It's okay. If we keep hounding Bandai, I might get to reveal Omega Shenron.
I think first we're going to get Gohanks and what's the other one? Gotenks Xeno, yeah. Because they just revealed that there's in the same series there's going to be set 13, so I think Omega has been pushed there.
That's true. There is way more Unison Warriors coming than we first thought.
I'm not sure I'm that happy about that, but
well, that's a topic for another time. So Peter, overall, Black, what did you think? What's your grade?
It's weird because it has some good cards. But it doesn't have a theme on its own, but it does have very strong generic cards. So I would say it's a strong A. It's both black started as. All the cards support black. There's a couple of downliers, but I generally think it's fairly good. Even though it's small and compact, it doesn't have much feel to itself. Both super rares are really strong, and a lot of cards are having some use. There's Boilingberg that, And then there's a
Boilenberg and Demigra are probably the weakest
Yeah,
parts.
exactly. But those are the two only cards, because otherwise you have Vegeta and Goku, which, let's be honest, it's Vegeta and Goku. Vegeta comes out, they're going to be good, and they're good characters. Goku is the first Black Saiyan that's free drop 30k.
Well, I mean, yeah, Vegeta Xeno, right? For argument's sake, it's Patara based. You use Super Dragon Flash turn 1, you've got your 30k on board. All you have to do is get a Vegeta out, which is super easy in Vegex.
Yeah, exactly.
And boom, there you go. You've got your Vegeta Xeno out on board.
Exactly. So it's I think it's all very strong. All has very good potential. It keeps a bit with that, mystery or limited design of Xeno, which they keep. That's why I think it's a strong A. It's nothing as explosive as Dark Broly.
No.
But it is something that's really reliable. It's really well made. And yeah, the Demigra and Towa being usable in any deck, really. Yeah, I think that's what sells it to me on that.
That's fair. I'm of the B plus variety. I feel like they could have gone one step further and given us a tease of something else. Like, it's nice that we've got these cards, but like, I feel like it was just missing it on the theme point for me to have one more thing to push it into it. But I definitely do. I definitely agree. Like Toa, Demigra, SRs, both valuable cards to pick up. Obviously Toa for more generally speaking, but Demigra for Demigra players and Dark Broly players, it's a great pickup.
I mean, it's a good pickup as a generic overall as well. Because you play it, you draw a card, you remove a battle card, and then you ditch a card from your opponent's hand.
Yeah, if you want a 2-drop overwhelm 5, yeah.
I think it's a decent card.
It's a B plus for me. I feel like it is just missing that one, oh my god, type card.
Yeah, sadly Black got a bit shafted in this draft box, but
out of 12 cards, they're not a bad selection.
Looking in hindsight on all the other cards, I think it kind of needed to be like this, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can see that.
All the other, if you put too much of good generic stuff, you won't be able to play too many colors.
Exactly.
And in draft, colors are important. Believe it or not.
Yeah, and they've tried their best, and you can tell that they've tried to keep the balance contained.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it ended up very well. I must say, I quite like those. Even though they were limited, I'm quite happy with those cards. It's a shame that they didn't have any theme per se. But I think in the product, they fit where they are. And I think if they got a bit more as you wanted them to, I think they would spoil the product.
Yeah, I guess, right. I mean, especially if they introduced a fusion in this set, it would have been too much. I do agree. Like, there's the fanboy in me which is battling with it and not getting it, but then there's the realistic side, and then people will be like, oh no, it's another broken card in a draft box. So yeah, I get it.
I think that if they got that additional push, even if it was just something cool, the thing is that it would need to be good in the draft, so it would either be severely underpowered, so it would be like about Demigra to drop, or it would be something ridiculously broken and generic for everything.
Yeah. So it's a good balance. Like, they found a good balance.
That's why I think A is where it is at, because they found the sweet spot.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, B plus is nothing to smirk at.
No, obviously it passes you, right?
Yeah. I mean, just wait till set 12 when we get all of the fusions, and I'll be like, oh, it's an S. I don't even have to look at what they do. It's an S. But yeah, Peter, thank you for grading these. We have the multicolors up tomorrow, guys. So please come back and watch that. And then let us know what you think Black gets as a grade overall. I know it's only 12 cards, but they're 12 okay cards, to good cards, to very good cards. There's no bad cards here. Okay at the worst. And yeah, if you want to catch up on our previous grades for Giant Force, check out the playlist. See, I'm on top of it this time.
Yay. And remember to like and subscribe. It helps the channel, and then we can keep on growing and doing more stuff like this for you guys. So, who am I going to rip off today? Play more games.
Okay, we're doing that one.